Number 5. Number 5. The smaller squares in the shaded region each have side lengths of 2 feet. Find the area of the shaded region. So, first I just want to point out that in this text that it says the smaller squares in the shaded region each have side lengths of 2 feet. Okay, and we're finding the area of the shaded region. So we're going to start with looking at what shape is on the outside of our figure. On the outside of our figure, we have a rectangle. Here's our rectangle. So we're going to find the area of that rectangle. The area of the rectangle is base times height. So for our base and our height, the base is 12 and the height is 7. So we're going to do area equals 12 times 7, and we get 84. So now let's move on to the inside. We have 3 figures inside. We have 1 rectangle and 2 squares. So let's start with that rectangle. For that rectangle, right here, we have dimensions of 4 and 2. So we're going to use base times height because it's a rectangle, and we're going to multiply 4 times 2. So area equals base times height. We get 4 times 2, which is 8. So now let's move on and look at those squares. The squares on the inside that were mentioned in the reading, which had side lengths of 2 feet, you have one here and another one here. So just make sure you keep in mind we have 2 of them. Those are my 2 squares. We're going to do base times height. 2 times 2 gives us 4. But again, since there were 2 of them, we need to take that 4 and multiply it by 2. So again, I used this 4 right here, and I multiplied that by 2, since there were 2 of them. So now my last step, I need to go through and take the outer area, which is 84, and I need to subtract away those pieces on the inside. So I need to subtract that 1 rectangle, which was 8, and the area of those 2 squares, which was also 8. So I'm going to take 84 and subtract 8, and then another 8, and I get a total of 68. And my units are feet, so it would be 68 feet squared. So again, you find your outer area, you take your inner, here it involved a couple different shapes, and then you subtract them. Take the outer and subtract everything in the inside.